Well, I have this aquaponics system in place now, and it's been about a couple of days. We put some plants in yesterday, and I thought it might be interesting just to watch the progress of them. We have 3 rows, and we've got some coriander, or cilantro as some people call it, and we have lettuce and I don't know what else. Kay put a lot of these things in, or most of them. But anyway, the interesting thing will be to see how they thrive if they do, and how long it takes. I had to do a bit of a revision because the original pump, which was down here, after a few years of actual constant use, it actually developed a fault and it was tripping my circuit breakers. So this particular one down here is now a brand new pump. It's about this, a little bit bigger than the older one. It puts out about 4,800 litres at a 2-metre head, which is what this is. But what I did was, I actually used my submersible pump over there, and I've cut a T into it, so these black pipes here actually run in from the hose over there that you can see in the water, the black hose. It runs off a T up here to this valve, which is adjustable, and it also fills up that particular filter. So that's how the system is. It's completely circular. So we'll see how it goes. Well, it's been maybe a week, and I'm now going to have a look at some. I don't know if there's been much progress. They certainly seem to be looking a little bit more jolly. The coriander's certainly coming on. So the system is certainly working. I don't actually put it on all day because I believe sufficient water stays in these pipes here, and these are actually not cardboard cups. They're made from recyclable material, these things that you get now, and they actually absorb a lot of water anyway, so we're hoping that the nutrients come in and stay in that cardboardy thing. That's broken, that one there, but to all intents and purposes these things are coming along. And in here I put some bell peppers or capsicums the other day, seeds, so I'm just interested to see if they come up. Anyway, that's about after a week, so we'll come back next week and we'll have a look. Well, I thought I'd do an update on this aquaponics system. We put them in 26th of June, first part of this video. It's now the 17th of September, so what are we, about 7 days or 8 days or something away from the 26th, which would be 3 months. That's 12 weeks. Now, you can actually see we've had a very cold winter here in Albany, and some of these things have not survived. Others appear to be thriving a little bit. We've got a bit of damage on some leaves, but they're growing, the main part. Some have died off for some reason. Anyway, it's interesting. I was hoping that the coriander would actually come on a ton, and underneath here is very, very long roots. I've just moved this particular one because the problem with this setup here is it doesn't get an awful lot of sun, mainly because it's in the shade of all these trees, right? These are the trees that are on the property, and they grow like wildfire. That particular gum tree over there, at some stage we had actually cut down, and it grew back up like that, and that's only in the space of a number of 5-6 years. Anyway, the setup is not ideal because it's not getting an awful lot of sun, but I hope as the season progresses, and it's, as I say, September now, so we're in spring, I'm hoping that during the summer this thing might really take off. As a contrast, this little veggie garden, Kay put these things in, I'd have to ask her, but it's only a matter of weeks ago, and not that many weeks, and have a look at the difference that you can see. Obviously, where this bed gets a lot of sunshine, it's also in soil. These are the same. Marigolds, we've got all sorts of things growing in here, including a weed right up there in the corner. But the difference, of course, is, and the aquaponics is an experiment to see if all these newfangled ideas, whether they work. And you know, to be quite honest, there is no substitute for putting your plants and herbs in a bit of soil, in a bit of sunshine. And there's the proof. Just a few days ago I came out here and I pruned this. This is a nectarine tree, and you can see, I mean, I'm amazed at the amount of growth that comes on these things very quickly. Same with this plum. It only had little tiny leaves just a few days ago, and now they're growing really well. We trimmed, this is a kaffir lime leaf tree, and we just trimmed that up a bit because all the other stuff is lying here. I was going to dry it in the sun, but it's hardly worthwhile. But anyway, soil and sunshine and a little bit of fertilizer. That's the trick. I mean, I go on about, you know, some of these methods of propagating and maintaining plants, but if you have a look at this pond, I mean, this pond is as healthy as they come. The fish just love it in here, and as you can see, the plants that grow in that water there's no shortage of nutrients, so, and they're not getting an awful lot of sun. They're getting the same amount of light as those things up there in the aquaponics would get. And if you look at the stuff behind, all of that is coming on. So have my doubts about this aquaponics stuff. Time will tell. Okay, I'm doing a follow-up on this aquaponics system. It's now the 24th of November, so that is 5 months since I installed this particular system. We have had a couple of months of really bad cold weather, and I'm sure it's affected these plants, because you can see the coriander that I had such high expectations for is growing like that, but there's no bushiness about them. Some I've taken away. I just stood on something there. Some plants have actually died off, didn't take at all, and some, well, they're surviving, but I wouldn't say they're thriving at all. And I'm very disappointed, because I did think that this would, because of all the growth, as you can see in this pond, and yesterday I actually had to trim this back to make clearance for my pumps. So there is no shortage of nutrients in this water. There is also no shortage of growth potential. If you look at the weeds around the back end of this pond, I mean, obviously weeds don't need an awful lot of nurturing, but look at them. A minute or two on this video before, we showed the pink flowers, the blossoms. This is how far this tree has come on. It has a bit of a fungal disease which I've been trying to treat, but it's still thriving. This is the plum tree. That hasn't actually experienced an awful lot more growth, funny enough. And the kaffir lime I actually had to trim right back, and it has new growth all over it. That thing grows like a weed. I guess the biggest contrast is this particular garden here, which I showed you earlier, and the bok choy, well, it wasn't actually bok choy, it was some sort of herb vegetable thing. It's been taken out, we harvested that, and now Kay has put in some Thai basil, which I like for the Thai chicken curries, and we've got broad beans growing here, and these things are taking off. The parsley just grows like weeds, as do the spring onions, and there's probably a self-seeded tomato. And we have chives, garlic chives, and there is more basil and Thai basil, of course, in here. Now, as I say, there is no substitute for soil and water and a bit of sunshine. So I'm very disappointed with the aquaponics system per se, and I don't think we'll be continuing with that. Anyway, I hope that's been a little bit informative for some people, and maybe I've done something wrong, but you know, you can bang it down in your comments if you like. And once again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.